The attacks in Paris are generating a particularly bitter response in the U.S. Islamophobia is on the rise again, with citizens and politicians alike spewing hostile rhetoric. Many American Muslims are comparing it to the atmosphere that developed after the 9/11 attacks. CCTV's Hendrik Sabrandi has our story.
It's been described as Paris's 9/11. The choreographed attacks and the large loss of life echo what happened in the U.S. on September 11, 2001. Two Syrian Americans say the reaction to these terrorist acts has been similar as well.
I feel like I'm walking around in 2001 again, most definitely.
Definitely, this is comparable to 9/11, except for the fact that it didn't happen here.
Obaid Kaifo is working to help bring Syrian refugees to Denver, Colorado. He's encountered clear hostility to the idea after the Paris terrorist attacks.
There's a lot of hatred and there's a lot of misconceptions of what Islam is, and they're applying it now, these misconceptions, to the refugees.
The people who will end up in
Amal Kassir has noticed it too.
And I get private messages saying we should be sending all the refugees and Muslims to internment camps in Wyoming and things like that.
As with 9/11, Muslim suspects are believed to be behind the Paris attacks. Now, as then, very provocative statements like this one on Facebook are popping up. Celebrating diversity, it reads, one massacre at a time. Soon after Paris, feces and torn pages of the Quran were left outside this Texas mosque. A Colorado bookstore with ISIS in its title was vandalized for the fourth time this year. One expert says even more than 9/11, the election of President Barack Obama, thought by some to be a Muslim, has caused Islamophobia to grow.
That issue of Muslim being used as an accusation for the head of state is both a signal of hardening attitudes across the United States in general and also kind of a symptom of it.
I have to admit the last week has been emotionally draining.
Kassir, who because of her appearance is called names frequently, says the Paris attacks have quickly become politicized.
That puts a lot of Muslim people in danger. That puts me in danger, my family members, Syrian refugees who might have just come here. You know, and so it's scary.
The concern and the anger makes sense, but we don't want to be stupid.
My father was a Christian, not a Muslim.
Kaifo says anti-Muslim sentiments simply tell him he needs to do a better job of speaking out and correcting misimpressions. That's assuming those who hold these kind of feelings will listen. Hendrik Sabrandi, CCTV, Denver.